feel like talking about something cheerful. Ooh, I know! How about the symptoms of OCD? Now before we go into specific symptoms, let's go just through a basic Mayo Clinic definition of the disorder. OCD obsessions are repeated, persistent, and unwanted ideas, thoughts, images, or impulses that you have involuntarily and that seem to make no sense. These obsessions typically intrude when you're trying to think of or do other things. Simple enough. Now there are 6 basic ways in which OCD typically manifests itself. 6 types, if you will. There are germ phobes, arrangers, reassurers, repeaters, counters, and checkers. So based on what type of OCD person you might be, the symptoms that you'll exhibit both in terms of obsessions and compulsions are going to vary pretty widely. If you, for example, are a counter, you may obsess over certain types of things like cracks in the sidewalk, or number of streetlights you cross through, or any other sort of countable thing, and your compulsion would be to count it. If you're a germphobe, you might be obsessed with either contaminating others or being contaminated, and your compulsion would therefore revolve probably around cleaning things. If you're an arranger, you may be obsessed with having everything just in the right place, and if it's out of place, you will be compelled to put it back. If you're a checker, you may be obsessed with the safety of yourself and your family, and you may feel compelled, therefore, to constantly check things like locks in your stove, things that could possibly explode or something. If you're a repeater, you might fixate on certain things, whatever they may be, and feel compelled to constantly do them over and over, like switching on and off a light. And if you are a reassurer, you might feel constantly worried about certain superstitions or maybe religious things, and you need to regularly pray or be worried about certain thoughts and just kind of have to go through that again and again just to feel secure. Now, it's possible to exhibit 2 or more of these types, or to switch from one type to the next throughout your life as an OCD person. I have OCD, and when I was younger, I used to be a really hardcore germphobe. I had to take several showers a day, I constantly changed clothes, no one could touch me, it was really awful. And over time, that's become less of a thing, although I still am kind of germphobic. But now I've become more of a counter, so I'm kind of both. But my main thing now is counting, and I'm obsessed with the number of calories that I consume every day, and I feel compelled to count them by tracking the exact weight and food composition of everything that I eat and entering that into a calorie tracking app so that I know exactly how many calories I eat. Now this obviously is not pleasant at all, although it is really comforting to me personally, because it means that I can't go out to restaurants that don't share nutritional information, which is such a drag, and I can't eat things that other people make for me unless I can carefully weigh them and analyze them. So yeah, it does get in the way of my life. And this brings me to the important part in which we discuss when you should see help about these symptoms. Now, if you exhibit any type of OCD symptom and you feel like it's getting in the way of you living your everyday life, like it's impeding you from going to work or getting things done or spending time with your family or developing meaningful relationships, you should see help. If you're unhappy now and you're really suffering from bad OCD symptoms, I absolutely guarantee you that it can and will get better. All you have to do is work on it. So I hope that going through these symptoms is helpful, and that I just want to say, like, you're not alone at all, and hey, the more you know, the better. So woohoo! But there you have it. There are the major OCD types and symptoms, and whether you have these things in a serious extent or not, I hope that this has helped you to better understand what the disorder basically means. Have fun obsessing!